And we're live. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Four Quarters. All sports, every day, all day. And she's a babe. I really got to stop talking about Aaron Rodgers.
My money's on that.
And to no surprise, my shout out, Caitlin Clark.
And we're live.
And we're live.
Oh, hey, my camera's not there. Whoops.
Are we live though?
Yeah, we're live.
We are live.
I'm just not showing up. I'll fix that in a minute.
Yeah, because CB, it's not a show unless you show up on the screen as well. My mom used to say that.
Aw.
Why doesn't Charlotte show herself enough? Welcome. We took a week off. We're back from our short. Well, we didn't take a vacation.
Yeah.
It was just a hiatus.
Just a little hiatus.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in on our Four Quarters Facebook page or 802 Scoops. And you know what I'm going to say next. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. It is free. And we are, CB, I have, can't tell you who it is who we're going to donate your Bleep It bucket money to. If Karen's listening, she could probably.
My fucks to give.
Yeah, and we now have a bucket.
Shout out Karen. That's freaking amazing.
Look at her.
I love you.
We're going to put the soccer one facing out. It's got CB and her dog tags.
Love that.
We're adding already to it. I don't know, CB. It might not be big enough. 7, 8. I don't know the organization because I was going to take a picture of it and put it on our podcast. I was down at the farmer's market in Montpelier, $12.
Nice.
This past Saturday, which was fabulous. I'm going to go every Saturday.
Yeah, I always forget about
It's fun.
farmers markets.
Yeah.
So fun.
And then by the time I remember, it's like, it's over in 20 minutes. So I'm like, well.
But the good thing is like 9 to 1, right in my range. I'm not
Perfect.
going to be up and out before 9. So, no one's surprised with that. What's going on, you guys? I missed you guys last week.
Missed you.
Good to see you on the
guys.
field yesterday. Sorry, the
Kinda,
ankle's
yeah.
not responding.
I tried.
You did.
I tried. I mean,
did.
I had to give it the old, I'm jonesing. Like, it's bad. Like, I love umpiring, but umpiring makes me want to play more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, so, I don't know. It's, I'm not Wheels, so it's kind of a bummer.
What can we call you now? I did call you Wheels last night.
You
from
did.
the
Although, CB
coaching box.
What's up?
I was asked when I got to the first base and my last at bat, limping.
Yeah.
The first base coach and Lori and Karen all asked if I needed a runner.
I laughed my ass off when she was on the on-deck circle. I was at coaching third, and I'm like, so you're going to need a runner?
So my response was, the day I need a runner is the day I retire and never step on the field again.
Oh, wow.
So if I needed a runner,
So she ran.
my uniform I will take my uniform off right there and I will leave it on the field because I will be done.
Amazing.
And go home and snuggle with the dogs.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
I mean, it'll be sad.
But I at least took myself out of the second game and knew I shouldn't do it.
You did.
Good for you.
I did, yeah.
Good for you.
I mean, my ankle, it's not 100%, not even close, but I had to try, had to do it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, but it was nice to play.
Yeah,
but
it was nice to see you in
It's
that
really
two-hole.
hard not to
Yeah.
be able
you
to play
can't
100%.
push it, yeah.
It's just, athletes will understand. Like, if you're an athlete and a competitor, you understand.
Like
So,
how I've had tendonitis for the last 3
Yeah.
months and I'm still deadlifting,
yeah,
pull-ups, doing all that shit.
Yeah, of
course
that
you
I
are.
shouldn't be doing.
right.
Before you guys do your shout-outs, I'm going to lead off with a shout-out. And CB's going to flash up this amazing photo of Wheels and I. Oh, yeah, there's that kid, Addie,
right,
in the
and
middle.
there's that
Who
athlete in the
makes
middle.
the picture what it is.
Yes.
Last Wednesday, we were not on. I traveled over to catch Addie's semifinal game
Semifinals, yep.
with the Wheels family over at Mount Abe, and what a great game.
It was.
Mount Abe went on to win, and they actually went on to win the state championship in Division II softball, 6-5 over Linden in 10 innings.
Yeah.
But what a great night for softball.
It was.
What an absolutely amazing season for the Otter Valley Otters.
Yes.
15-4 on the season.
Right.
A semifinal berth. And correct me if I'm wrong, Wheels, but I think I'm being 80%, 85% of that team returns next year.
Yep, they lose 2 seniors. That's it.
And the rest of that team on that field, CB, was sophomores.
Yeah.
Wow.
Loaded with sophomores.
Sophomores.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what a great season. What experience.
Yes.
Valuable experience.
Very valuable experience. And like the fact that they're like the majority of them, the entire, like the pitcher, the first baseman, shortstop, and left field, all sophomores. Catcher was sophomore. Yep. They'll have 2 seniors next year. But I mean, just a young team. They exceeded expectations.
Absolutely.
You know, that field, the Mel Abe field is crazy.
It is.
It's fast. The infield is fast.
Wicked fast.
The fence is short.
Short. We saw a couple of home runs in that game.
But kudos to Mel Abe. They're fundamentally sound, though. I mean, there's a reason why they won. There's a reason why they won in the final. Great team to watch. But, you know, it's always sad when Addie's season is over. But she still has 2 more years, so...
and what a great season.
Yeah, and she had another great season.
Absolutely.
She improved so much playing. She's learned first base so quickly, a position she just started playing last year.
Wow.
So, and she's built to play first base.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just... the
I
position
still
for her,
wish
for
we
sure.
had a video of that snag,
Yeah.
that line drive down first base that she just snagged. It was just...
Yep.
It was like watching Spider-Man.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God. Her reaction on that was absolutely amazing. It was worth the price. It was worth the trip. I was glad I made the trip over there, and so much to be proud of. Congratulations.
And Mama Wheels was
again.
a nervous wreck the whole time.
She was. She had a hard time sitting down. God bless her.
Joe
God
Hudson's in the
bless her.
house.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
But yeah, for us to get Addie to take a picture, that's big right there. So we had to post it.
And we know how she was feeling.
Yeah, we all do. Yeah.
We all know,
Yeah.
you know, she just was, but she was such a trooper.
She was,
And what a great season, and can't wait to hear more in the
We
next
don't know
2
what's
years.
going on right now.
Oh, we're trying to get CB, I think, on camera? Is that what's happening?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean,
I would be happy
again, Wheels and I sit here
We
and
just watch. We're
CB
watching
does.
this happen. We could help, but you know. But are we helping?
Somebody's got to talk. Somebody's got to talk.
We can't have dead air, CB.
No judgment.
I'm going to give you a bounce pass to a shout out from Wheels.
Out. Back in action with the shout outs. Back in action with the Caitlin Clark.
Oh, stop
I
it.
mean, ding, 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 ding.
I don't know what's happening right
Okay,
now.
so
Wasn't expecting that. Glad I'm sitting down.
I know, you guys shocked. I know. You got to admit, the WNBA is just more exciting when she's playing. It's just more exciting.
It's your shout out, so
It
we're
is.
just gonna, let
Her
you go.
first game back, she scores 25 points in the first half against the Liberty.
That was insane.
It was a great
She
game.
scored 9 points in 38 seconds.
Was a
3
great game.
logo threes. I mean, she missed the last 5 games. They went 2-3. You and I had talked. The Fever are a shit show without her.
They're a different team, and even
Yeah.
when she was not in there in the fourth quarter, their confidence was already up.
Correct.
Like Kelsey Mitchell hit some big
Correct.
shots.
Yeah.
Again, I will continue to pound the table for Aaliyah Boston's game.
Yes.
Year 3? I think this is year 3.
Yep, year 3.
She has elevated her inside game, and watching the rapport and the chemistry being built between her and Caitlin
Yeah.
Clark
Yeah,
is
it's
actually
awesome.
a very special
Yeah.
thing.
Her decision making has been amazing.
Amazing, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like they just all play better
Yep.
when Caitlin's there.
Confidence in your
Yeah,
leader is there,
yeah.
and your facilitator.
Yeah, and that
difference
it was,
maker.
It was a great game, of course. Inescu had a great game too, and the shout out that I was starting with, it was the most watched WNBA game in history.
Nice.
Was that game? 20.9 million viewers.
Nice.
So
Nice.
which is, I mean, on a
and you're watching Inescu, Breonna Stewart, Caitlin Clark, Leah Boston.
right?
And for me, just needed New York to lose.
Yeah. Yep.
I did.
Yep.
I'm like,
I was
they
ready.
are good, and we have said with Natasha Cloud, they're even better. CB, do you want me to plug something in over here?
Nope, I gotta figure out which one it is
Oh.
first.
Okay. So yeah, fabulous game.
Fabulous
And
game.
it was good to see because the first time these two teams played, Indiana had the upper hand going
Yes.
into the fourth quarter
Yes,
and just
they
kind of
should've
ran
won.
out of
Yeah.
gas
Yep,
a little
they
bit.
did. Yep.
So they learned, quickly learned, and have moved on. J.C. Sheldon and Caitlin Clark going to dinner anytime soon?
I don't think so, no.
No?
But if they do, Sophia Cunningham will be going as Caitlin Clark's bodyguard, and I will be pretty happy about that.
Marbury will be, Mayberry
will
be
be
going
Sheldon.
as Sheldon's,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that would be fun reality
Yeah, it would.
television right there.
Yeah.
Mayberry, she's just angry all the time.
She is. She's mad about being in Connecticut still.
Yep.
She's just pissy. Like, she is pissy.
The one game I've gone to this year is when she went off, and they
Yeah.
beat Atlanta.
Right.
And she went off for like 32, 35 points. So, yeah, I didn't realize the heated rivalry went all the way back to college, though.
Yeah, I
the
didn't
Ohio
either.
State-Iowa rivalry
Yeah.
between those two.
I didn't think J.C.
know.
Sheldon was like that, but
I didn't
mean,
either.
we all know Caitlin's, like that.
She's fiery.
She's fiery and passionate. So, but yeah, I mean, she's got her enforcer in Cunningham, so I'm loving that. Loving it. Like, give me more of that.
Oh.
My other shout out is to Little League, a Little League team, 2 Little League teams in Waltham, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Made history. It was the first ever all-girls Little League baseball teams that played against each other
Oh,
for
that's
the
amazing.
first time ever. It's this league is really trying to inspire girls to play more play baseball, and the girls they add their unique flair to it. They bedazzle their helmets. They wear pink. They celebrate doing cartwheels and all this stuff. Things that coaches are really
Right.
that you and I, if we were coaching, would be like, that's not.
Be like,
no.
what's happening
What
right
are you
now?
doing? But anyways, kudos to them for making history.
That's awesome.
I mean, we have seen a couple females in the Little League World Series. Some that made significant impacts, actually. But I just think that's cool.
And look how far female sports continues
exactly,
to grow.
exactly. So
And flag football, again, I'm just going to
Which
keep
is
talking about
amazing.
flag football. Isn't that all you ever wanted growing up was flag football?
yes,
Yeah,
I
all
wanted to play football.
Yep.
That's all I wanted.
So
to do.
bad.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
all I wanted to do.
I remember in elementary school, I think it was in 7th or 8th grade, we'd play football in the black top
Oh, yeah.
schoolyard, and you just
Yep.
get destroyed.
Yep.
We played every day at recess.
Yep.
Every single day.
I never missed a football practice my junior, senior year of high school, and I literally was doing defensive stats, but I'm like, I just want to hang around
Yeah.
the football field.
Yeah.
And it was huge back in the day in Montpelier. Huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so awesome.
Yeah, and also these all girls teams do compete against all boys teams, and they have beaten them. So even better. So
Love it.
love it.
Love it. CB, want to talk about doggy doodles?
Yes, I found we have some.
I'm just going to throw it into you now that you've got everything
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I think I have it figured out. Before I do, Joette says WNBA was awesome this weekend. Go Liberty.
What?
Oh, I forget Brianna Stewart.
Yeah, he's a huge Brianna Stewart
You
fan.
can turn him off for comment.
What?
Our pick of the week this week is Tater. Tater's a 14-week-old puppy.
Did she say Peter?
Tater.
Tater.
Like tater tots.
What?
Like tater.
Him,
Tater. Oh, I like that name.
him and his siblings were found in a collapsed building down south and was brought up. He is a great locker room presence. He's great with other dogs. He's great with people. He
Straight golden? Is this a golden?
No, he's
Lab?
like a little he's like labby terrier. Like he's black and white,
Okay.
but he's very, very cute.
Okay.
He loves learning and trying new plays, so he's pretty adventurous. He doesn't get intimidated like Sophie. So he's, all up for seeing new places, meeting new people. But he also takes recovery seriously. I heard he's a great lap dog too.
How
He's
old again? I'm sorry.
14 weeks. He's a little
A
baby.
little nugget.
Yeah.
A little
He's a little
tater tot
baby.
nugget.
Yep. Joe Edson says we used to play football where the police department is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solid.
Tater needs a home.
Yeah.
Tater needs a home.
And Tater has a sibling also up for adoption. And then the Sam and what's the girl's name are still there. So guys, check them out.
Guys,
check 'em out.
come on.
The weather's finally nice. Perfect time. Perfect time.
And we couldn't make it on the air last Friday. Well, we could have, but we can't do this without CB. How's Sophie feeling? Better?
She's doing better. I recently picked up a knee brace for her too.
Wow.
Because I'm pretty positive she's got a partial ACL tear.
Okay.
And so, but she's 9, she's over, almost 9.5.
Can we have a picture of the knee brace next show?
Yes.
Okay.
She runs like she's 2, and I'm
Yep.
like, you are not tearing that ACL. You're just not. But you can't, she loves playing fetch, and if I don't play fetch with, she gets so sad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I still have to
Yep.
play fetch, so hopefully,
God, she's 9 and acts like she's 2. I love that.
she still
Love that.
runs hard so much.
Nice.
Yep. But she's doing better.
Good. That's good to hear. You got another shout though.
I got a couple. Yeah. So my first shout out is to Dawn Staley.
Yay.
I finished this book a couple of weeks ago. Really, really amazing to hear her story, coming from the projects in Philly, working her way up, going through all of the changes where, the NBA was, first starting,
Yep.
making the Olympic teams, and then to coaching.
Yep.
And so I have a couple of quotes that I really enjoyed.
Love a good quote.
First one. Hope is a ladder, a tool to lift yourself to a brighter future, but also a tool to lift others by your example.
Nice.
Dare to do what you don't want to get what you do want.
Nice.
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable people.
Yep.
That's how you grow.
Yep.
And this one. Mothers are there for you on the good, bad, and ugly days. If you're lucky, your mother is the person in your world who believes in you most. Mothers are also the people who humble you. They pay for the sneakers, they make the meals, they dry the tears, they kick you in the pants. They shine a light so you don't trip. They catch you when you do.
Oh my God.
Talking about her mom who passed away from Alzheimer's, I believe, but so her mom was originally from South Carolina. They moved to Philly. And when Dawn went to South Carolina, she was able to bring her mom back home.
Oh, nice.
So
that's cool.
So
Nice.
it's a great book. Go out, go support it. Go support your local bookstore. When I bought this was the last copy. I bought it the weekend it came out. So yeah, it's an awesome book.
She's going to hand it off to me next.
Yeah.
So
Yep. The other quote that I
love the mom
love.
quote. That's absolutely beautiful.
It's perfect. It's spot on.
Yeah, it is spot on.
So this is from Temi Fag-Benley. We're a team of 6 women. We've come from different teams around the league. We know what it takes to be great teammates, and we know what it takes to step up and do what we need for the team to succeed.
That is
The Valkyries
Awesome.
are having
Yeah.
a great
Awesome.
success. They're a fun team. They're losing a lot of their players to the Euro Cup.
Yep.
Because they have a lot of foreign players.
Yep.
But oh man, do they have a fun team to watch?
nice.
Talk about exceeding expectations.
Exceeding
Yeah.
expectations.
It's
big time.
ridiculous.
Because last year she always hustled, she always made the cuts, she always played defense. She did the fast breaks, but she's been shooting her
Yeah.
arm off, man. I was like, where is this coming from?
And I'm happy they re-signed Chen.
Yes,
Also.
yes.
And Bree Hall just signed
Yep.
with the Valkyries
because
today.
they lost half of their
Yeah.
roster.
Unfortunately, yes. You good?
Yep, that's
Come
everything.
on, I wanted
had.
more quotes, Stevie. I love
I
quotes.
know.
I love quotes. Just as we went on the air, breaking news is that the Buss family is to sell the Lakers at $10 billion.
Wild.
The Buss family selling the Lakers is
Yeah.
something I never thought I would
No.
say in my lifetime.
No.
They will be selling to Mark Walter. Oh, but Jeannie Buss will still have her. She will still be the governor after the Lakers. I don't know what that means, governor. After Lakers are sold to Mark Walter, who is the leader of the group that owns the LA Dodgers.
Oh
You
my
own the
god.
Dodgers and the Lakers
Right.
now?
Oh my gosh.
What the
Yeah.
F?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
What
Yo. Could
the
you
F?
could you imagine just being that rich?
Yeah. I just
Just fucking buy the Dodgers and the
Yeah.
Lakers?
Yeah.
If
That's
you're
$2.
Jeannie Buss, do you want to keep them or do you say, because let's say she's probably my age, do you want to say, let's just sell it and be
I
set
would
for life?
sell it and be set for life.
And be set for life.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot less stress.
You're
Oh,
still
yeah.
going to get a free pass to every game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course they are.
So what are they missing out on?
And then you don't have to deal with
Nothing.
LeBron.
That's
like-
true too.
I'd retire just for that.
That's
Gotta
true
deal with
too.
that crybaby.
Yeah, but I really honestly never thought I would say the Bus family is selling the Lakers.
No,
That's
never.
wild.
Shout outs, Texas softball, because we
Yeah!
did not have a show last week.
Hook 'em horn. Finally.
We did say that when we were texting. I said it's about freaking
Frickin' time.
1.3 million viewers. Most watched Women's College World Series on record, up 24%.
You know why? Because Oklahoma wasn't in it.
Oh, I wonder if Jen Estes
That
is
is
listening.
why. That
So
is
Jen
why.
needs to chime back. As we talk about Caitlin Clark elevating women's sports, especially obviously the college sports and the W, Nigeri Kennedy has really
my God.
elevated
Yeah, she has.
softball,
Yes.
women's college
Oh, God,
softball,
yes. Yep.
and just a junior. You know, the thing that bothers me though is there is a professional softball league, but we don't hear anything about it.
No.
Like, it's not like the W. And it's like, how can we get,
Yep.
is it getting there? Is obviously 1.3 million viewers
Yeah.
Yep.
for the Women's College World Series, up 24%.
Yep.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
Because we should be watching
Yeah.
professional softball. I don't even know the teams.
Yeah, I don't either.
I got to dig a little deeper, but
But that was the best College World Series in a very long
it was.
time.
It was
Very
from
long time. From start to-
regionals,
right.
super regionals
Yeah.
to the College
From
World
start to
Series.
finish. Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
absolutely amazing. Florida Panthers hockey, back to
Again.
back
Yeah.
champs.
Man.
They are partying on Fort Lauderdale Beach. I saw a video of it. They are partying hard, and they deserve it. The thing about hockey, you know how we always say it's hard to win back to back?
Yep.
In the last 10 years, there's 3 back-to-backs in hockey.
Oh, wow.
We got Tampa Bay, 20, I know I have it written down, but I should know it, 20 and 2021, and then we're going to go back 10 years to the Penguins, 2016, 2017. Not easy to do, but these Florida Panthers are made for playoff hockey.
Yeah.
And when they traded for Brad Marchand, that was literally them saying, we're going to run it back.
Yep.
We've now got the key. And for Marchand, it took 14 years because he won it with the Bruins. 14 years later,
Yeah.
he wins again. And Bobrovsky, the goalie, I said his name a ton last year at this
Yeah.
time, and I'm saying it again. This guy is so freaking good.
Yo.
Stopping 28 of 29 last night.
amazing.
Just a really, really good hockey team, and way to run it back. And I hope you guys continue to party hard till the sun goes down and comes back up. That's why I did that tequila shot. It was for the
them.
Panthers.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Even though the game wasn't final yet.
Yep.
Okay. Shohei returned to the mound.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
First time since August 23rd, 2023. One inning,
Yep.
28 pitches, I think.
Yep. Shohei the hitter helped Shohei the
Yeah.
the pitcher by hitting a home run.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? Even though he just pitched one inning, you're just shaking the rust off.
Yeah.
All you're concerned with is having him in October.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, I know.
That is just scary.
The Dodgers are just scary.
Rafael Devers, we talked about him, what, a month
Yes.
ago?
Bye, Felicia.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Love the fact that they waited till the Yankee series was over, and then they're like, "You can go now."
Yeah.
You kill the Yankees.
Kill the
like you-
Yankees,
like
sweep
you
the
usually
Yankees.
do. Apparently, a lot of people were wishing Garrett Cole a happy Father's Day when that happened.
I love that. I love that. We talked a month ago about, I think we were all with Devers, though. We're like, he's their third baseman,
Yeah.
two-time All-Star.
Yep.
They bring in Bregman, great hitter, good third baseman. Okay, you're going to be the DH. And then when their first baseman goes down, they're like, oh, now we need you up first.
Right.
And he said no. And
Yeah.
we didn't blame him.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have a
no.
spring training
Right,
to
right,
prepare.
Right. To play a position he's never played before.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And he's having a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the plate. He's hitting around 280.
Yeah.
His power numbers are 15 homers, close to 50 RBIs, 60 RBIs. Buster Posey made a good move, I think.
Yeah.
I see the Giants as a thumbs up, and they're right in that West.
Yep.
You know, they're right in the, I mean,
Yeah.
you
Great.
got power
Great
teams
move.
over
I mean,
there.
great move.
I think it's an absolutely fabulous move. I was surprised.
I'm surprised they took that whole friggin' contract.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
Posey, being the GM, said, all right, we'll take it on. I was like, okay.
That's wild.
But a good trade. I
Yeah,
mean, Giants
for them,
are a
yeah.
team
Yeah.
on the up and up. They missed out on Judge.
Yep.
a few years back. So, they're making some moves. So I thought it was a good trade for them. And the Red Sox, well, somebody said at work, well, they're rebuilding. And I'm like, wow, I don't think they're rebuilding. They've got a good pitching staff.
Yeah, no, they never do.
Who's going to make the first big trade at the trading deadline, the Yankees or the Mets?
Please be the Yankees. It's not going to be the Yankees. But
What do you want them to? What's the big trade you want them to make? Is it
we
pitching?
need pitching.
Pitching.
We
always need pitching.
I mean, our hitting is dog shit right now, but
Dog shit.
that's fine. That's fine. It'll come back. That comes
It's
back.
what they do, though.
Yeah, it's what they do.
Yeah.
We're used to the, we start off strong and then, the world is like, oh my God, the Yankees, oh my
Yep.
God, oh my God.
Yep.
And then we, like
Come
you said
back to
before,
earth.
we come back down to earth.
Yep.
And then everybody panics about the Yankees and then we'll come back like this.
Because it's what, as if you're watching if you're paying attention, you know that this was bound to happen.
Yes.
Yep.
Because this
Yep.
is not a good team.
No.
Right? It's not a good team. We're scraping by. So
Desperate
we need
need of pitching.
pitching. We need
Desperate.
pitching so bad.
Okay. Well, I thought
Because we have so many infielders.
right.
Stanton's back. He hasn't pulled anything yet.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
He's run the bases like
Yeah.
3 times. That's got to be a record.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you can put up on the screen of somebody dragging their leg around?
Gosh, I should.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was about to say how shocked I am about how well the Mets are playing because they're right behind the Tigers for best record in Major League Baseball,
Yeah.
and then they got swept by the Rays. They lost in extra innings to the Braves last night, and I'm like, well, I'm like you guys.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yep. Yep.
That's
They
what happens.
Yeah.
they don't have a great pitching staff. Sango's on the IL.
Yeah.
Manea's
that was
not back.
brutal.
Yeah, and who they're getting by with, I just think it's
yeah.
going to wear out.
Yeah.
So
House of Cards.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to spring sports being done. Obviously, this is last week of school as well. I'm just going to give a quick rundown of championships, spring championships in the state of Vermont. We're going to start with boys tennis and girls tennis in Division I. Burlington High School in boys tennis and CVU in girls tennis. Division I. We just saw Renee last night.
We did. Yep.
Boys and girls lacrosse in Division I, both going to CVU. Our friend has had a successful spring
I'd say so.
season. Division I softball went to BFA St. Albans, never a shocker.
No.
I believe it was a 2-0
Yeah.
score over Essex. Division II baseball, Missisquoi Valley.
Yeah.
You don't hear a lot about
You do
Missisquoi
not,
Valley.
no.
That's a good one for Missisquoi Valley. Ultimate Frisbee in girls, CVU comes away with a state championship. In boys, Montpelier High School just down the road. Division II boys lacrosse, back-to-back for the Harwood Highlanders. Well done, boys. Division II girls lacrosse, where I was hoping U32 would run it back, goes to GMVS, Green Mountain Valley Gumbies, over in Waitsfield with the D2 lacrosse championship. And we talked about Division II softball, Mount Abe over Linden, 6-5 in 10 innings. Division III baseball went to Thetford Academy. Way to go, boys, who also won the Division III boys basketball championship. Division III boys lacrosse, GMVS again, running it out. They are. Division III softball, we're going to get to in a little bit, so I'm going to skip right over that to Division IV baseball, where Blue Mountain, the Bucks, back-to-back champions in Division IV baseball. And in Division IV softball, the West Rutland girls, 2 out of the last 4 years
They've been
have
there
won
4
the
years
state,
in a row.
and they've been there 4 years in a row. And the basketball side of it, they won it all 4 years.
So those
This
seniors,
senior
those seniors
class.
have won 6 championships
6
in
championships
4 years.
and I couldn't
wild.
win one.
Bop,
Womp,
bop, bop.
womp, womp. Hey, congratulations to everybody on these spring sports championships. I wanted to give a big shout out. We named the show 5 Peat, and this is for Division III softball, the Oxbow Olympians it's time for Arlington Eagles to move over.
Yep.
The Arlington Eagles, 1983 to 87.
Yep.
5-time champs. The Oxbow Olympians just secured their 5th straight Division III state championship down at Castleton last weekend in softball. Here's the part you guys are going to love the best. Olympians senior Anastasia Burgess, their pitcher,
Yep.
pitched for all 5 of those
Yeah.
championships.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
5.
Wow.
Which means
In
you were the
8th grade.
starting pitcher as an 8th grader.
As an 8th grader,
That's wild.
Burgess was pitching
Yeah.
on the mound
And
as an
she
8th grader.
Was the Gatorade Player of the Year. correct?
Gatorade Player
Yep.
of the Year. She will be playing Division II softball for West Virginia State University next year. And the gal behind the plate catching for her was Maisie Burgess, her sister.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is so cool.
That's so cool.
5-time champs. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, let that soak in. 8th grader on the mound.
Also, when you were in high school, were 8th graders allowed on varsity?
No, they weren't. And
They,
it's all.
they weren't for me either.
And they always say it's about the numbers, but I don't think is Oxbow softball hurting. Anyway, maybe they were 5 years ago.
I mean, maybe, like, I don't know, but you always hear about these 7th and 8th graders on varsity, and I'm like, we didn't get to do that. I'm not saying I would have been, but I'm just saying in general, like, that never happened.
And their victory came, they beat number 2 seed BFA Fairfax 13-0. And somebody said to me, oh my God, 13-0 in a championship game. And I said, well, last year when
Yeah.
I won, it was 37
Yes.
to 2 or nothing.
No,
I don't
yeah,
even know
I'm
if they
pretty
gave up
sure
a
it was
run.
Yeah.
And people can't say, oh, they need to be bumped up. No, they're just that committed to
They're very
softball.
committed
Yeah.
to softball, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
we're
the
not
closest
gonna,
game they had all year was, it was a Division II team. Was the closest game they had all year because they
Oh,
were
yes.
undefeated. And it was like 2 runs or 4 runs or something.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, it's been
Blowouts.
blowouts.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's been blowouts.
Yeah.
Shout out to, and again, kudos to them.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to Mama Wheels, and she was talking about how Otter Valley will be, there's fall ball they're going to be playing, and I think Mount Abe does the same thing. That's why I say kudos to these schools and these programs, and the fact that these kids want to put in the time.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I just talked about those 3 schools. It shows. That's why they're either in the semis or the state championship game. College World Series. Anybody been watching the baseball? We are down to 4. And as we went on the air, Coastal Carolina was beating Louisville 11-4 in the 9th. Coastal Carolina wins that game. They move right into the finals. Tonight it will be Arkansas and LSU, number 3 and number 6. LSU wins, they move on. Arkansas's got to beat them twice. But a shout out to Gage Wood, who had the 3rd no-hitter in College World Series history. It was a 3-0 elimination game win over Murray State. So let's hope he's pitching tonight. That's why I will tune in.
Yes.
I will tune in and go Coastal Carolina. Come on, I love that. What do you guys want to talk about next? I had some good quotes here. I like to do the best thing I have heard. Sabalenka, who got defeated by Coco Gauff in the French Open, she apologized for being unprofessional.
Oh.
In the post-match press conference, Sabalenka has suggested that the result was more due to her own errors than to Gauff's performance. What?
Yeah.
What? I mean, she said that was just completely unprofessional of me. I let my emotions get the better of me. I absolutely regret what I said back then. We all make mistakes, which we do. I'm just a human being who's still learning in life. I like that
Good for
admission.
her. Good for her.
Very, yeah.
I think we all have those days when we lose control.
Yeah.
We do.
Valid.
No matter how
We
old
do.
you are.
Valid.
We all have it.
Yep.
But let's give Coco Gauff some credit here
Yes, absolutely.
as well for winning that. NBA tomorrow night, Game 6.
Yes.
Yes.
Is
Oh
it done
my
in Game
gosh.
6 or are we going to 7?
It's got to be done.
I don't know.
You think it's
Yeah.
done?
I think it's done.
Yeah. I mean,
Are we basing it on Halliburton's?
Well, Halliburton is
Calf strain?
He's very up and down.
is.
Even when he's healthy.
yep.
He is.
So when the Pacers win, he has a great game. When
Yep.
they lose, he disappears. Like
Yep.
Yep.
like he doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Very inconsistent, but he is their leader.
100%.
But I think SGA he's ready to end this.
Yep. I do
agree.
too. And that was a big Game 4 win by the Thunder.
Yeah,
That was huge.
huge.
If
Yeah,
that
yeah.
went to Indiana, that would have obviously, we would be saying, oh, Indiana,
Yeah.
But Jalen Williams
Yeah, stud.
and Alex Caruso,
Love him.
I've always enjoyed watching
Love him.
Caruso.
Love him.
Whether it was the Bulls or the
Yeah, I
Lakers,
loved when he was in Chicago. I
watching
loved
him.
it.
Headband buddy, I love him. They are calling Jalen Williams the Scottie Pippen to SGA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
like
agree.
that. I like that.
And let's just say they win it tomorrow night. I know a lot depends on Game 6 performance. Does Jalen Williams get some props for MVP of this series?
I mean, I think he should.
Should.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
He should.
It's
but
not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Fair enough.
Like,
Fair enough.
It's gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a 40-point performance by Williams in
Yeah.
Game 5. That's really
Yeah.
impressive.
Damn.
No matter what, like we said 2 weeks ago, this has been a great series. This has been a great run by both ball clubs.
Yes.
Fun series to
A
watch.
really fun series, and Indiana is looking good for next year. I think the East is wide open
Oh,
with
100%, yeah.
Tatum going. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if we expect Tatum back next year or not, but it's wide open. Orlando Magic made a big trade getting Desmond Bane from Memphis. Gave up a lot, but you need a scorer on the
do.
perimeter.
Yep.
Yep.
With Suggs, and you got the two bigs. Banchero needs somebody on that perimeter. So Orlando and the Pistons were a much improved team too. So we all think it's done. Not both,
Yeah,
all three
I
of
think
us.
so.
I think
You
so.
think so?
I think so.
I mean, but I will admit the Pacers are giving them a run for
Oh,
their money.
absolutely.
Like way better than I think a lot
100%.
of people predicted.
Yep.
100%.
I mean, I would never count them out, obviously, with like the comebacks they've had. But I just feel like tonight's the night. Or tomorrow night is
Tomorrow
the night.
night's
Yeah.
tonight. While we're talking about the NBA, can somebody explain to me what the hell the New York Knicks are doing? Because I got pissed at them when they let Tom Thibodeau go. I got pissed.
I feel like they're just going to
So now what's happening?
coach. They're just going to coach themselves. Because
So they want Chris Finch of the T-Wolves. They want Jason Kidd of the Mavs. They want Quinn Snyder of the Hawks. They want Billy Donovan of the Bulls. But they have been rebuffed permission.
Yeah.
Denied.
denied.
So now they're focusing on Mike Brown, who last coached for the Sacramento Kings, not coaching right now. Taylor Jenkins, who was fired by the Grizzlies this year. That's all I got for you guys.
Right.
What the hell are they doing?
Right.
Why did you let Tom Thibodeau go? Why? So with that, another thing I heard, I love best thing I heard. This comes from Jason Hart, one of the guards on the Knicks. He took the job when the Knicks were just bums. Bums. Like 20-win bums. He was there for 5 years, made the playoffs in 4 of those 5 years. First Eastern Conference final in 25 years. He helped Knicks basketball go back to the top level in the league. He should get a lot of credit for the foundation that he built. Jalen Brunson. He helped me become a 2-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. The thing he's done for me, obviously individually, I'm so grateful for. He had confidence in me, and it's great to see somebody push me to be better. To have Tibbs do what he did for my career, I'm so grateful and thankful. Not enough things can be said about what he's meant to myself and my career.
Yeah. What more can you say?
Yeah.
These are his players.
What more can
Yeah.
you say? Yeah.
What
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is happening? God, that
and I thought it
pisses
was a
me
player
off.
revolt type thing. That's what I thought,
Right.
but
And instability. There, all the. I mean,
Yeah.
stability,
Yeah. I don't know.
opportunity to flourish as a player in this league. These are all coming from Tibbs players.
Yeah.
Why would you let somebody like that go? You're just one step away.
yep,
I am so confused
I am too.
by
I
Knicks
don't know.
basketball.
I don't know.
I am just downright confused. And these, unless they pull a rabbit out of the hat,
Right.
because I still thought it was going to be Mike Malone. But I'm hearing a lot of talk about Malone and Tibbs are kind of the same.
Yeah, I could
meaning
see
they're
that.
grizzled, accountable coaches that hold their players accountable.
Right.
So ownership can't have that, I guess.
Guess not.
And unless a Jason Kidd decides, I don't know. It's not going to happen. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, and maybe there is a dark horse out there. I don't know.
I don't know.
If it's Mike Brown or Taylor Jenkins, it's not moving the needle at all
No.
for
Not
me
at all.
in Knick land. And I would be so frustrated if I was a Knicks fan, but I'm not. But I'm not. You guys want to talk about the WNBA?
Always.
Can I put in something really quick?
You can go
apparently,
take it.
Sophie Cunningham's jersey sold out following injection.
There you go.
Love that. See?
There you go.
I knew you'd love that.
Love
Rose
it.
Had to
Love
had to
it.
let you know.
Man.
That's amazing.
She's,
I'm sorry, but she makes. I think did we have her on our all dog team? We mentioned
Oh, she
her.
is all dog.
Yeah,
So then she's on it. If we
Yeah.
didn't have her on it, she's on it.
You literally don't mess with her, man. I tell you
don't.
what.
But also, like, people should also remember that the last time the Fever played Connecticut, she hurt her ankle. Sheldon chipped her tooth. And then Sheldon was also involved in, what's her face? The point guard. Oh my gosh, the other point guard. What's her name? Sydney Coulson.
Okay.
Her leg injury. Jason Sheldon was involved.
I did not realize those two teams hated each other so much.
Yeah, neither did I.
But they
Yeah.
hate
Fun
each
to
other.
watch.
Screw
good reality
Screw the
TV.
Chicago Sky Indiana Fever
Yeah.
rivalry.
Yeah,
That's not even a rivalry.
yeah,
That's
it's
not
not a
even.
It's not.
It's not a
It's
thing.
not.
No.
Bring on the Connecticut.
Yeah.
The Commissioner Cup, Commish Cup the final will be July 1st, and it will be the Indiana Fever and the Minnesota Lynx.
Oh boy.
I cannot wait for
Oh,
that game.
boy.
I hope your girl's back for that game.
Yo, does anyone have any updates? I'm trying to find if there's been any updates on my girl Nafisa Collier.
And the reason that it is the Fever got some help from the New York Liberty. Do you guys know that?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
The
they
New
beat
York
Atlanta.
Liberty, all the Atlanta Dream had to do, well, not all. If they beat the Liberty, the Dream were in to face the Lynx. But because the Liberty beat the
Yeah.
Atlanta Dream,
Yeah.
that pushed the Indiana Fever in. I was like, nice, that's great.
At the half, the Dreamer beat, like, they
Yeah.
had like a 15-point
Yeah.
lead on the Liberty.
Yep.
I was like,
They had a big lead. This is the 5th season of the Commissioner Cup, and the Lynx are trying to defend it. It runs from June 1st to the 17th. CBS Power Rankings. You guys ready? Top 4. New York Liberty,
yeah.
Minnesota Lynx,
Yep.
Atlanta Dream,
Yep.
then the Indiana Fever.
I agree.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Yo, the
All right.
Dreamer.
The dream. Yeah.
I'm going to give you some best thing I've heard from the W. CBS says, what's wrong with the Aces?
Everything.
They are a
And
shit show.
Everything.
Chelsea Gray said, we're trying to figure it out in our locker room and in our meetings. It's uncharted territory right now that we have not seen this side or played like this since we've been together and played under Coach Becky Hammond.
True.
Hammond, for her part, ripped her team for being soft mentally and letting people punk us.
Yeah.
Freaking love it.
Yeah.
I told them effort has to come from your heart.
Yep.
The schemes, the discipline, the habits, that's your head.
Yep.
Right now, we not only have a heart issue, but it's becoming a head issue.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
Freaking their
Wow.
shooting percentage is disgusting.
I'm not going to coach effort. It's one thing I can deal with. I can't deal with.
Yeah.
You are in charge of your effort.
Yep.
I've never been a coach to pull for mistakes, but I will pull for effort.
Yep.
Yep. Good
Yep.
for her.
Love it.
Yeah.
Call your freaking
Yeah.
team out,
Yep.
coach. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other than Asia Wilson, Chelsea, Jackie Young is.
Is
I
like-
have all. I love Jackie Young.
Me too,
But
she's all up and down.
Yeah.
She had like a 38-point game the other day, and
And
then
then
she had like
disappears.
9 points last
Yeah.
night.
They don't have a deep bench.
No, when Kia Stokes has like over 50 0-point games, and she's your starter, and now you also don't have Asia Wilson.
Right.
Because to me, Asia Wilson. Well, not to me. To the world, we all know Asia Wilson's the best player on that team, MVP.
Right.
And they did have their back-to-back championships,
Yep.
but it doesn't always last. And sometimes that effort,
Yep.
you lose a little bit of your
Yep.
focus. The second best player on that team from those championships is wearing a Sparks uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't just, I'm sorry, Jewel Lloyd, I like you as a player,
Yeah.
but you do not have that dog mentality that Kelsey Plum has. I'm sorry, I like you. It might be, like you've talked about, CB, the off-season in the WNBA, where it seems like everyone's a free agent,
Yeah.
to see what happens in Ace's land.
Yeah. Well, and also what happens with the CBA and roster
Sure.
and
Right.
roster size.
Absolutely.
There's going to be 2 more expansion teams next year.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting
exactly.
to see who ends up where.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting offseason, but we got a whole season ahead. And I tell you what, every time the Fever and the Liberty play, the 2 times this year, it's like playoff basketball.
Oh, yeah. It's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
So awesome.
Just,
Yeah.
you're on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
You're like, I mean, it's just mind
Fever
blowing.
were lucky JJ wasn't in that game.
Right?
Fever were lucky that JJ wasn't playing.
I think the best team out west, not named the Minnesota Lynx right now, is the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Mercury, excuse me.
Yeah.
And they don't have Kalia Copper back yet.
No, she came back.
Oh, she did come back.
She came
Okay.
back, yeah.
That's what I've been waiting.
Because she
How many
came back-
games?
Just I think one.
Okay, just one.
I think she just came back.
So she's going to elevate
I
that
love
team.
Kalia Copper.
Elevate that team even more. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to watch the Mercury, not the Suns. I'm not a big fan of the Phoenix Suns. Who did we all pick at the beginning of the season? I think I said
I think we all picked the Lynx.
Fever Lynx.
I
Did we
picked
all
the
pick
Lynx.
I
Yeah.
picked Liberty Lynx as a.
I tell you what,
Agree.
if it's anything, and the Atlanta Dream again, I haven't given them enough props
Oh,
this
no.
year.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
really
I
good
don't think
team.
anybody has.
Yeah. And it's your girl.
I freaking love Alicia Gray.
Alicia Gray is just a hell of, you have pounded the table for her the last
she got,
2 seasons.
She got Player of the Week. I think she
Yeah.
got Player of the Week. Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and the Valkyries,
Yeah. Kudos to them, man.
Yeah.
right?
Expansion team. Like
Yeah.
everyone's talking about them. I mean,
Other than Kate Martin, name a player on
yeah.
that team.
Right.
Yeah. Kayla Thornton,
There you go.
Yeah.
who's fucking like she's been going off. That's another like $2.
What about Monique Billings? She just
Yeah,
works hard.
she's a dog, yeah.
Lunch pail dog mentality.
yep.
And she's a bruiser.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, I want you, behind me in a dark alley. Actually, no, in front of me, not
And-
behind me. Good God.
Oh my gosh, the coach's name just escaped me.
See, Becky Hammonds, here's another thing. She lost her 2 assistant coaches.
Right.
Natalie Nakase.
Yep, to the Valkyries and to the Chicago Sky,
He's
Coach
not
Marsh.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach Marsh.
But
is not
that's a
doing
lot
well.
too. It's not just your head coach; it's your assistant coaches too.
And Tyler
So-
Marsh was your player developmental.
Yeah. So, in a bit of transition, they are.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you what, nothing better than watching the WNBA. Nothing better. Excuse me. Football.
Yeah.
Yep. It's time to start studying, my friends.
I read a quote from a general manager that said he does not tire. He's got a spark, he's got the energy, the capacity from a physical standpoint to be able to do it. To be able to do it is certainly there. Do you know what to be able to do what is? And do you know who this quote is about? He does not tire. It's a rookie.
Oh, rookie.
Yeah. Because now they're definitely thinking of playing him both sides.
Damn.
They started out with a little wide receiver for
Yeah,
a while, and now he's on the defensive side. Travis Hunter as a cornerback.
Love
and
that.
No.
The general manager,
mean-
like, he doesn't get tired.
Yeah, he doesn't get tired, but he's going to get beat to shit.
Yeah.
He is. And this is 18 games, 17 games,
Right.
17, 18
Yeah.
games.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just exciting. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Do you draft him in fantasy football?
Oh, I definitely think you do.
Do you get points on both sides?
Well, if you have the
I know.
Jacksonville defense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would. Would I start him? No. But, like, to have him on your bench is not a
Yeah.
bad,
Yep.
Yeah.
bad thing at all.
Because still, who's throwing to him?
Well, that's just it.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word.
You're not wearing your jersey? Or
No, I got Kyler Murray on today.
don't worry, she'll have a Trevor Lawrence jersey on before.
Once he
Before.
proves you all wrong in the first 4
Well,
weeks
he's been
of the
working
season.
on that footwork, so,
Right.
I mean,
I mean, how many years in the league, and he's working on his footwork.
Yep.
CB's got a great picture of Aaron Rodgers. The quote, best thing I heard coming out of NFL camps comes from, and this dude's respected, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. Reports that Aaron Rodgers will help the Steelers offense immensely in 2025.
Wow.
I've got more quotes from Mr. Jeremy Fowler. He's still throwing the shit out of the ball. Honestly, he's the best quarterback they've had since Big Ben. We will see how the body holds up, but I think he's going to help them immensely. Look, the mobility is an issue. There's no doubt about that. But where he helps them is with the plus arm strength, which I didn't know he had plus arm strength still. And the field vision from the pocket. I will give him that. I'll give him above the shoulders. They haven't had that. I'm sure that will be enough. I'm not sure that will be enough, but the offense will be at least respectable. Do you buy into this?
No.
Well, I didn't take you guys long.
No.
Okay. I mean, I love the picture, CB.
I was picking a GIF.
And my sister would now chime in, but she's on a plane headed to Dublin.
Oh.
So
I'll throw out a trash GIF. Oh wait. Trash. Oh, that's not working. Okay, no, I won't.
do we think he helps the Steelers make the playoffs? I mean, we haven't done our predictions yet.
I mean, I think. Boy, that's tough.
It is tough.
I'm leaning towards yes because it's the Steelers and their defense is just so freaking good all the time.
Yep.
And I never count out Mike Tomlin for anything.
I don't count Mike Tomlin out either.
So a part of me says yes, he will lead them to the playoffs. I think.
And I don't know what didn't work in Jetland. Seems to be nothing ever works in Jetland.
right.
I hope Aaron Glenn changes that, even though I'm not a fan of the Jets. But we all know he's out to prove that he's still got it. And he's married now, right?
Yep.
Maybe that'll help
Who is he married to?
ground his ego. That I have not looked
Nobody
up.
knows.
Maybe it'll help him. I mean, I'm not sure. He's still Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
He still has that arrogant edge to him. He said when I heard a press conference his first day at camp, and he's like, and let's not forget, Arthur Smith is the offensive coordinator.
Right.
I'm not going to go there. And he said, and when I tell Arthur what I want in, he will put it in. So there's the arrogance,
Right.
but he's not wrong.
No.
They will.
Yeah.
I also heard that, and this is how much, and I think we all knew he was eventually going to sign, but the George Pickens trade happened, I'm hearing now, because they didn't think him and Aaron Rodgers their
Gel.
egos could fit. And
Both of them
they
fit in the
couldn't
locker
gel.
room?
Yeah. And I kind of believe that.
Yep.
I kind of believe
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
I do think Pickens is going to have a good year for the Cowboys because he's in a contract year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense. Yeah.
Dak Prescott's got 2 receivers to throw to. Do you hear about the rookie Shamar Stewart? He has left Bengals camp. I thought to myself, and I was listening to a podcast where the gentleman's like, you don't do that. You're a rookie. You haven't even
Right.
played a down. But when you dug below the surface, and actually I listened to the entire podcast, the Bengals are trying to lowball him. Essentially, they are trying to avoid future guarantees in the contract, which is unprecedented in the rookie wage scale era. So they're lowballing him, along with, let's not forget, Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, I was going to say, they haven't,
Still hasn't been signed.
Right.
What is going on with your Bengals?
I don't know. They're so offensive, they're centered on their offense. That's great, but the offense is going to have to put up 40, 50 points to win a game.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like, you gotta fix your defense.
Against other great defenses.
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
Indeed. You're in the AFC
You're in probably
North.
the best division for defense.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
100%.
how are you not trying to compete with that?
Yeah.
Jair Alexander, who was a cornerback of the Packers that
Went
they
to the
just
Ravens.
released, went
Yeah.
to the Ravens.
I'm like the rich get richer.
Solidified that
Jesus
secondary.
Christ.
I'm like, God.
Oh my gosh.
I just,
Yeah, I'm not, I mean,
at first I was just bothered by this rookie, but then once I got more information, I'm like, oh, he's just trying to stand up for himself,
Right.
as is his agent.
Right.
He was at camp, and now he left. So now you're without your first round defensive end. Trey Hendrickson is not in camp either because of the contract dispute. They need both of them.
They do. Yes.
Or you're absolutely right. It reminds me of the 1980s Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
They had no defense.
None.
And it was here, Dan.
Yep. Here, Dan.
Here, Dan.
Throw for 400 and 5 touchdowns, and
Yep. And you had to win every game by scoring 40 to 50
Yep.
points,
Yep.
38, 50 points.
Yep.
And I love Joe Burrow. And
I love him too. I don't love his new look, but I love him. Have you
what
seen
does
his
he
new
look?
look?
No. Did he
Dear
move,
Lord, what are you doing?
did he
He's-
move away from the Anakin Skywalker look?
he
He has like a mullet.
Yeah, I saw on Facebook, and I should have taken a screenshot of it.
Such a handsome
the
guy.
different looks of Joe Burrow
Yeah.
in his career,
Yes.
and it was funny.
Ay,
It was
ay,
funny.
ay.
Another quote I heard, best thing I heard, is Russell Wilson is just having a great time. He feels like a rookie again. Loves it in camp with the Giants. Everything feels so easy peasy. Giant fans,
It's because we suck.
what do you think? And Jackson Dart is getting better every day. You know, I have to say his name at
I
least
know.
once.
Sorry,
I
was
heard they
looking
were
at Joe
talking
Burrow.
today on Get Up that if the Giants were smart, which let's be honest, they're
They're
not. They would play Jackson Dart from the very beginning.
You think so?
Yep, that's what they said.
Does Jackson Dart, if Jackson Dart sees the field this season, is it because Russell Wilson is flaming out?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the only reason I think.
But what do you guys think? Would you like to see Dart thrown under center right from the get-go, or
I
give him a
mean-
year?
What do you got to lose?
I say do it because,
yeah. What do you
like,
got to lose?
I mean, who's he going to learn from?
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Wilson is like, he's not great.
Uh,
It's not like Rodgers who learned from Favre or
Right.
like,
Right.
you know, Mahomes from whoever that was. But like, I say the Giants have literally nothing to lose.
Yep.
And if you think he's your franchise quarterback, then you start him from the
you
beginning.
start him
Yep.
from the beginning.
That's what I say.
Yep.
But
A lot's riding on the, other than the dudes that own the Giants, there's the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Their jobs are on the
Yeah.
line.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
They wanted Jackson
Oh, yeah.
Dart as well.
Yeah.
That's where I think Dable, as long as Russell Wilson is surviving in Giant Land, I think he's going to be a little nervous because he wanted
Should
Dart.
be.
Yeah.
He
So
should
I'm
be.
like,
Yeah.
if he's got to throw Dart out there, that's his neck,
Yeah.
literally on
He
the
should
line.
be.
yep.
I'm nervous for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we think Dable makes it through the season without getting fired?
I do. I do.
I don't. I don't think the Giants would fire him.
You want to know why? Because I love the Giants' defense. You really do, and I don't think they're going to have a bad season.
I mean, that would be better than last year.
I
but-
put them around 500.
Oh, whoa.
Yep. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Have you seen their division?
I'm like, we're in the division with
That's
like,
like 8 wins, though. 7
that's
or 8
a lot.
wins. 7
I mean,
or
we
8.
couldn't even get that in 2 years. Like,
So I'm going
fine.
7 or 8. You guys are going under.
Oh, definitely under. Yeah.
CV?
How many did they win last year?
Like
5?
3?
4?
3 or 4.
Oh, I think I
Three?
just was nice to them because they were
I think
up there. in
3.
the,
I think 3.
3 or 4.
So maybe 5.
I say
So you're
5
going
at
under.
the
6?
most.
5.
I'm going 7. I'm going 7.
Who are those wins against?
Yeah.
All right, let me look at their schedule.
Panthers.
Here's the thing.
The Browns.
Much improved.
Do we play the Browns 7 times or no?
Panthers are much improved this year. With
Let's
that,
play the Browns 7
let's
times.
do a Daily Dozen Whiteboard Wednesday. What CBS did, and I liked it, so I'm like, we're going to bring this onto the podcast. They did it on all 32 teams. I only picked 12.
Okay.
So they're doing a best case scenario, worst case scenario.
Best case, worst case. Okay.
So you're going to write down the team, and then you're going to say you believe in which scenario.
okay.
Pretty basic?
Pretty basic. Got it.
Okay, team number 1,
Okay.
the Bills.
Good start.
Best case scenario, Josh Allen's Superman act is even better supported by the growth of youngsters James Cook, Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, and Buffalo finally exercises their playoff demons to reach and win the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I think we're going to take that out and just say
make it to
Goes
the
deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Makes
Yeah.
it to the Goes
Best
deep.
case scenario. Worst case, the absence of a bona fide number one receiver plagues Allen as he tries to carry Buffalo's offense, and Sean McDermott's shuffled secondary can't hold up as the Bills go one and done for the first time since 2019 in the playoffs. So both scenarios, we got them making the playoffs.
Okay.
We good?
So we have to pick which one we think is going to happen?
Yeah. Do you believe, is your prediction more belief of that best, I can't talk, or worst case scenario?
Okay. Got it.
Next up, the Chicago Bears,
The Bears.
Ooh, nice.
who Wheels put in the playoffs last year, and I
did.
expect her to put them in again this year. Best case scenario, Ben Johnson meshes with Caleb Williams, one of your favorite quarterbacks,
Yeah.
unlocking the quarterback's gunslinging gifts while keeping him in check behind a much improved offensive line. And Chicago sneaks into the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. Best case.
Okay.
Worst case. No amount of veteran blockers and weapons can keep Williams on schedule against a tough
Very
schedule.
tough.
Yes,
Schedule.
very tough.
The former number one pick proves a dangerous caretaker of both the ball and his body as the Bears finished last again. Best or worst case scenario. Up next, everybody's favorite, the Dallas Cowboys. You knew I couldn't do this without
I
Jerry
know.
Land. Best case scenario. Jerry Jones, offensive investments. George Pickens, Tyler Booker in the draft. Reinvigorate. Dak Prescott and new coach Brian Schottenheimer is a locker room hit. Launching Dallas to its first playoff win in 3 years. That's the best case scenario. Worst case. Schottenheimer's familiar message rings hollow. And Prescott leans into his worst instincts while trying to appease the volatile George Pickens, forcing the ball, as he always does, in dramatic cowboy fashion, missing the postseason entirely. Boy, it didn't take you. Oh, you haven't written it down yet.
Didn't
take
take me
CB long.
I
Next
have a theme
up,
here.
our beloved Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Best case scenario. The legend of Dan Campbell expands as the coach takes a firmer grip on the offense, allowing Goff to feed his plethora of playmakers to the point Detroit, so used to taking big blows, finally reaches the Super Bowl.
Oh, boy. Okay.
We're going to go Super
That's a
Bowl
big
with
ask.
this team.
That's
That
a
is a
big
big
ask.
ask.
Worst case, Goff can't shake the sour end to 2024 behind a shuffled front and without coordinator Ben Johnson. And Campbell's aura isn't enough to outlast a tough schedule in the NFC North.
Damn it, Lori.
They dip to wild card territory.
Oh.
And I am going to let Super Bowl stay in best case because
that
I
changes
had
my
them in
end.
the Super Bowl last year and it broke our hearts.
Okay.
Next up,
I'm trying not to go with my heart here.
for Mama Wheels, we've got the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, boy.
Best case scenario, Patrick Mahomes' O-line recovers from an ugly Super Bowl. A freshened up pass-catching core led by Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice coming back from the injury, reignites the deep attack and the dynasty captures yet another championship. Best case. Worst case, the line is reworked, but no less unstable, forcing Mahomes to scramble more than he'd like, and Andy Reid's scheming can't undo lingering injuries. They failed to make the Super Bowl for the first time in 4 years.
Oh, my God.
Mama Wheels is looking at you right
I know. I know. I could be grounded.
now. Foundation. Here's a fun one for you guys.
I got to, like, change it up here.
I know. I'm trying.
Mine are like,
Yo, I think we have probably the same,
I think
same
so.
answers.
I'm like, this looks bad here.
The Las Vegas Raiders
Yes, the Raiders.
Come on.
could be a very fun team.
They could be.
Yep.
Best case scenario, the Raiders culture is remade by Coach Carroll. We all like him. Ashton Genty's powerhouse running, Geno Smith's fearless gunslinging, and re-engaging fans and allowing Vegas, we don't have to add this in if you guys don't want, but allowing Vegas to sneak into the postseason.
Okay.
Worst case, Geno Smith's turnover streaks rear their ugly head again. Carroll's wisdom can't make up for a dearth of defensive backfield talent, and the Raiders are right back to square one in 2026.
Wow, that is very different outcomes.
Very different outcomes.
No long-term answer at both coach and quarterback. Holy, throw them under the bus and run over them 100 times.
Wow.
Jesus.
It's like all or nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I didn't write this, CBS did. We can change some stuff around. And this is a fun one, too. The Minnesota Vikings. Best case, Kevin O'Connell gets instant results from J.J. McCarthy, like he did from Sam Darnold, who plays point guard for Justin Jefferson and the rest of that elite group of offensive playmakers. And Minnesota survives yet a brutal slate to make a second straight postseason.
Okay.
Okay? Worst case, J.J. McCarthy is swallowed up by both a tough schedule and inflated expectations.
Yeah.
At some point, even prompting Sam Howell to enter under center.
Oh.
What? And the Viking fans are somehow forced to wish Sam Darnold was back.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. These are rough.
Yeah.
These are real rough.
Could have made it a whole show and done all 32
Yeah.
teams.
Yep.
Next up, the G-Men.
Oh, jeez.
You know I'm not going to do
I'm just
it
going to write worst right now.
Can I answer before
We're
you
just
even
going to put
say it?
worst right now. You don't even have to read them.
Best case scenario, Russell Wilson has just enough juice to give Brian Dable the play-action ball controller he needed for a 2022 playoff bid. I don't know what that means. But Jackson Dart develops behind the scenes to give New York true long-term quarterback hope.
That's asking a lot.
That's best case. Didn't say they'd make the playoffs, okay? Worst case scenario, Russell Wilson is solid enough to keep Dart off the field, but sluggish enough to pull New York out of
See? Didn't even need to read it.
You guys are going to love this. Sluggish enough to pull New York out of good 2026 draft position.
Hell yeah, that's it. That's the one.
And young building blocks like Malik Neighbors grow disinterested in
he's
the
gonna wanna
drama
trade.
of New York.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. You didn't even have to
You
read it.
nailed it.
I made up some own stuff in there. That was fun. Now we're going to go to the New York Jets.
Okay.
Because we can't do the Giants without doing the Jets, okay?
Going on with this.
Best case, new coach Aaron Glenn. We are a fan of yours,
Yes,
Aaron
yes.
Glenn. Brings some stability to an organization long beset by drama. And Justin Fields' physical gifts enable New York to make an unexpectedly quick stride turnaround.
Okay.
Worst case, Glenn's fiery personality inflames rather than extinguishes locker room discord. Field remains too erratic when unleashed as a playmaker, and the Jets are back to square one of their big picture rebuild come 2026. I know which one I'm leaning with on that one. We're almost there, you guys. 3 more.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. Best case scenario. Legendary mishmash of Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin proves magically gritty.
Magically gritty.
With A-Rod's gravitas, DK Metcalf's playmaking, and Tomlin's defense resulting in Pittsburgh's first playoff win
Okay. Okay.
in 9 years.
All right.
Win.
It's a solid one.
Worst case, Rodgers can't move because he is going on 42, requiring relief under center and the reality TV headlines that lately accompany both he and the organization.
Okay.
Dismal Steelers Steeler fans finish this time without making the playoffs.
Ooh.
All or nothing.
Oh boy.
This we were talking about at softball last night, this team, the San Francisco 49ers.
They're going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I like that word.
Very interesting.
Overlooked after the injury-riddled 2024 flop, the Niners' top leaders, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, returned to health, which is what we're all hearing.
Yep.
And Robert Saleh's defense powers San Francisco all the way. It says back to the Super Bowl. I'm going to say back to the playoffs.
Okay. That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
to
more,
the playoffs.
way more realistic.
Yeah.
I love that he's back at the helm running that defense. Worst case scenario, Purdy's big money extension draws fair critic as the quarterback struggles to shake hiccups while trailing, and continued bumps and bruises to McCaffrey and company leaves Kyle Shanahan straining for answers. Straining.
McCaffrey was injured last year, so he
Yes.
should be okay this year, right?
Right.
I'm hearing he looks great in camp, but doesn't everybody look great in
Everybody
camp?
looks great in camp. So,
And last but certainly not least, because I think this is the most interesting team going into this season, the Washington Commanders.
Ooh, this is going to be tough.
yeah.
Best case scenario, Adam Peters' big swings of Deebo Samuel, Laramie Tunsil only serve to highlight Jaden Daniels' infectious magic. And Washington's dynamic quarterback wins the nation's capital its first Super Bowl
Oh,
since
geez.
1991,
Oh,
and I'm
geez.
leaving that in.
Oh, geez.
Yikes.
I mean, let's remember,
They made it to the
they
champ.
knocked the Lions
Yep.
out,
Yeah,
and
they
they were
did.
in the NFC Championship. Worst case scenario, Jaden Daniels' do-it-all gifts come with a cost, as the dual threat can't stay on the field to meet lofty year two expectations. Remember that year two is
Yeah, it
always...
is.
That's
Yeah.
a tough year. Yeah.
And Dan Quinn is subsequently left to lean on aging placeholders as the rival Eagles stay rolling in the East and possibly win another Super Bowl. We don't need to put the Eagles in the picture, though.
That's, oh, boy.
And I don't know who the aging placeholders are because I can't remember. I think it's... I can see his face. It's going to bother me now. He was a backup for the Eagles. He was on that Netflix quarterback show with Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and
Oh, Mariota.
that's who is the backup, I think. That's kind of scary.
That is scary.
That is really scary. But we're high on Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
We are.
And what an ultimate leader he became in
Yeah.
his first year. All right, we're going to back up to number one.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills. We're talking about them going to the Super Bowl. Did we include that?
We said
Yes.
going to the
Going,
Super Bowl.
not winning,
Not
going.
winning.
Going to the Super Bowl finally,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
let's face it, I thought they were going to be there the last 3 years. but
Yeah.
There's that team out in Kansas City. Or can they not hold up and they are one and done in the playoffs? So best case, worst case. Where'd you guys go in your prediction of the Buffalo
I went
Bills?
worse.
I went worst.
You both went worse.
I think it's really going to hinder Josh Allen that he does not have a go-to number one wide receiver.
Yep.
Like, he can't do it all himself.
No.
He just can't.
Do you think Keon Coleman can step up in year two? I mean, he had a quiet rookie year.
Yeah.
Receivers tend to either burst onto the scene as a
Yeah.
rookie or they take a
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yep.
And Dalton Kincaid needs to figure out his shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hurt a lot last year.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, you just made Mama Wheels happy and you made Papa Wheels unhappy.
Yes, very much
Dad,
so.
very unhappy.
Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson, is he the answer and they get into the playoffs? Or is Caleb Williams just going to implode? Best, worst.
Said worst again.
Me too, because I don't like
Really?
Caleb Williams. I don't
I
trust
know
him.
you don't, Wheels.
Yeah.
I know you don't
I
like
don't
him at all.
trust him. I think Ben
As-
Johnson is amazing.
Yep, as-
And I think they have a great squad, but
made
I don't
great
trust
moves.
Caleb
Yep.
Williams at all.
Yeah.
So you both went worst.
Yeah.
That's where the theme was, huh?
Yeah.
Theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going best case scenario. I agree with you guys. I don't know about the Buffalo one. I'm going best case scenario, though, with Chicago. I think I just have way too much in Ben Johnson I trust. But you're right.
I just don't. I've
Yeah.
never been a Caleb Williams fan, so
Caleb Williams, Jared Goff. Those are two different.
very
Oh,
different.
very different.
Very different.
Very
quarterbacks.
different.
Yeah.
Very different. Jerry World and the Cowboys did his off-season Investments pay off? Is Schottenheimer the answer, or do they just do what they always do and not make the playoffs again?
I say worst.
Yeah, same.
I don't think there's enough footballs
No.
for CeeDee Lamb and Pickens.
Yeah.
Okay. And who is their running back? Javonte Williams, who was banged, bruised, and beaten over in Denver land. If you don't have a
And
running
Parsons
game,
still isn't signed.
who?
Oh, shit.
Parsons.
Parsons, yes. That's huge.
That's
Huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. So worst case scenario
Yeah.
again.
Yep.
Yeah. There was
I'm
a
gonna
theme
stick
here.
with
for
you.
Yeah, there really was.
All right, Detroit Lions. Can Dan Campbell
This one hurt me.
This one hurt me
Can
too. It hurt my
he
heart bad.
guide them finally
I
to
wanted
reach a
so
Super
bad.
Bowl? Or do they dip into wild card territory?
I wanted so bad.
I say wild card territory.
Me too. I wanted
too.
so bad to
Me too.
choose best, but
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I agree with you guys.
yeah.
Mama Wheels and the Chiefs. Best case, the O-line recovers from that ugly Super Bowl. And the pass catchers got to stay healthy, Worthy and Rice. And that reignites their deep attack, and the dynasty captures another championship. Or the worst case, the line is reworked but left unstable and Mahomes would be running for his life. They failed to make the Super Bowl for the first time in 4 years.
Because I never count them out and I fucking hate them, but
Yeah.
the best.
Oh, good. Wheels, you got an F-bomb. I hadn't hit one in yet, so I just want to get $1 in here. What'd you do? I'm sorry.
Yes.
You missed two because I dropped 2 F-bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Thank you for
I did
honesty.
best. Just because I keep.
You did best?
I did best.
I'm going worse.
wow,
Sorry,
I'm
Mama Wheels.
surprised.
Don't get mad at me.
I
get mad at
hated
me.
it. I hate that went worse for the Lions and
I
best for
know.
the
Me
Chiefs.
too.
Fucking-
Me too.
You know why I'm going worst? Because I think the Chargers already proved under 1 year of Harbaugh how good they're going to be.
Yeah.
So they're better.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos surprised everybody
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
They're better.
Yeah.
And I do think the Raiders are going to be better.
I do
So I
too.
think that
I agree.
AFC West is going to beat the crap out of one another. And it could hold them into wild card territory. Maybe they don't make the playoffs. Mama Wheels is going to be so mad at me for saying
gonna
that.
be
Yeah.
very mad at you.
Sorry. Sorry. And on to the AFC West again with the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Is Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, Ashton Genty the answer to revive Raider football? Or is the worst case scenario of Geno being the gunslinger and throwing it into the crowd, and Pete Carroll's just too old to lead a team? Best or worst?
I did best.
Me too.
Yay! We found a best. I agree.
Yeah.
We're going to trifecta that
Yep.
one, okay?
Yep.
All right, moving on. The Minnesota Vikings. Is Kevin O'Connell the quarterback whisperer and they'll be okay with JJ and get into the postseason? Or is JJ going to get swallowed up by a tough schedule? Best or worse?
I did best.
Me too.
You guys trust JJ, huh?
I trust Kevin O'Connell.
Yes.
Well said.
So
I'll go best. I'm not going to give an overview of the Giants. I'm just going to ask you what you guys
Worst.
did.
Fucking nailed it.
worst.
Oh, there's another one.
You didn't even have to read the best.
Yep. But the fact that they got that to a T.
A T. A literal T.
Yep.
Like,
They should buy lottery tickets, whoever wrote that.
yeah.
They are saying that Wilson is solid enough to keep Dart off the field and out of good draft position. That's a carbon copy of last year.
Correct.
Yep.
Moving on. New York Jets. Can Aaron Glenn save the franchise? Or I think I don't think a lot falls on Aaron Glenn. I think a lot falls on Justin Fields.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And Cork asked me last night, of the quarterback moves that moved up, quarterback moves, who do you think will have the most successful season? And I didn't even hesitate. And I said Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I agree.
Me too.
So I'm going best case.
Me too.
Same.
Nice. Nice job.
Again, hurts me so bad.
Right? Right.
Hate the Jets.
We just put the Giants in the toilet,
Yep.
and we
where
put
they
the
belong.
Jets.
I mean-
they're out of the toilet.
It hurts us less to put the Giants in the toilet than it does to put the Jets.
Yeah. I mean,
3 more to go. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Do Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers mesh? Or do the terrible towels, and you see millions of them in the stand, get thrown at Aaron Rodgers? and they don't make the playoffs. I feel like we already talked about this when we put the picture of Aaron Rodgers up.
I said worst.
I said best.
I'm going best, just because of Aaron Rodgers' ego. He's he's not gonna go out with the year he had in Jets land.
No.
So I just think it's, my poor sister doesn't know what to do.
I'm sure she does not.
I mean, been a Steeler fan her whole life. The 49ers back from their injury-riddled 2024 flop. Everybody looks healthy. They've got a rebuilt defense with Coach Saleh at the helm. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, Purdy with that big money contract flames out, and they don't make the playoffs.
I picked worst.
I picked best.
Who's he throwing to?
This is a tough
Going
one.
to go. It's hard, because if McCaffrey does indeed stay healthy, what a huge element he adds.
Oh, absolutely.
George Kittle's got to stay healthy. He got banged up a little bit.
Yep.
Wheels has a good point.
Yep.
Is Ricky Pearsall, the second-year receiver, going to step up?
Right.
Is Juwan Jennings going to step up? Brandon Ayuk, when he comes back halfway through the season, does he live up to that huge
Oh,
contract?
I forgot
Right.
he was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ACL.
I forgot about that.
I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go worse.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Valid.
I think. God, it all relies on McCaffrey. I don't
Yeah.
trust Purdy. I don't know why.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a good
totally
kid.
valid.
I don't either.
Yeah.
He's earned that contract extension, but something always holds me back.
Yeah.
You know.
Did he earn that contract extension though?
I mean, compared to what he got, was
Yeah.
getting paid
Yeah.
Okay,
as
yeah.
the
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
Irrelevant of the draft.
Okay.
Last but not least, let's talk about the Commanders. Do they get to the Super Bowl? Should we go with and win it, or should we go? Do they get to the Super Bowl?
You said win.
And Jaden Dan, I said
you
win
say win it?
and I said I was going to leave that there, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it there. Or the worst case scenario, a little bit of growing pains in year 2 of Coach Quinn and do it all QB Jaden McDaniels.
I went worse.
Jaden Daniels, not McDaniels.
I mean,
I just don't see the Eagles again got better.
they did.
I just don't see anyone freaking beating, and it pisses me off to say that.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
But I also don't see them imploding.
No, I don't think they're. I think they're going to do
So
fine.
I'm like
I just don't
50-50 on that one.
I just don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Me either. I think they're going to the Super Bowl, though.
Oh wow!
all
Who's
right.
beating them?
Huh?
Who's beating them?
The Ravens. I'm having Lamar Jackson get the freaking 500-pound gorilla off his
Yeah,
back.
he needs to.
Yeah, he really does.
And I said it last night. I said to Cork, Ravens Commanders.
How
say to
fun
you
would that
too?
be?
No, I did
Okay.
not hear that.
How fun would that be, though?
So
That
fun.
is exactly what my
Two
friend Cork
quarterbacks
said.
that are like
Oh my
exactly the
gosh.
same.
Yes.
Yo,
Gunslinger,
I would
wishful
love that.
thinking.
I would, because then I could just watch a good game. I
Yeah,
don't have to root for
exactly.
like I could just have a good.
Exactly.
Yep.
I don't know. I like Dan Quinn. I put a lot of faith in him. That's a great offense. Deebo Samuel needs to stay healthy. He could help that offense a lot.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is just amazing.
So good. So good.
And Dan Quinn making the calls for that defense, and they got better in the draft defensively, and that's where they needed to get better. I'm nervous for the Lions in the NFC.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't
Yeah,
know
sure.
why.
Yep.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
just nervous.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm just very nervous. Well, that was fun. Thanks, guys.
Nice one.
A lot of worst, but a little bit
A lot
of
of-
best.
yeah, I
You-
had
you know,
some.
you had
some.
a
I
little
threw some in there.
60-40 going
Yeah.
on. Thanks. That was fun. A lot of WNBA going on this weekend. College World Series. If you like baseball, watch it. Watch the 7 o'clock game tonight, which is probably right now. Yep, first pitch right now. We'll get home to watch that. What else is going on? Hockey's done. NBA.
NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
NBA.
Tomorrow night.
For sure.
And then spring sports is done. We're getting into a little bit of the quiet time.
Yep.
A little bit of the quiet
Thank
time.
God.
NBA draft is
Thank God is right.
next week. Did I say that?
Yes,
Everyone on?
25th.
25th. I think they're doing it 2 days now. What is that all about?
Yeah.
It's just 2 rounds. Not 7. All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a great rest of the week and happy sports all day, every day, all